for the notice virtual hearing in Rocky Mountain Power's application for authority to revise Tariff Schedule 98, Renewable Energy Credits Balancing Account. This commission docket number 24-035-12. My name is Michael Hammer, and I'm the commission's designated presiding officer. Let's begin with appearances, beginning with Rocky Mountain Power, please.
Yes, good morning. Catherine Smith on behalf of Rocky Mountain Power.
And for the Division of Public Utilities?
Patrick Griecu, Assistant Attorney General representing the Division of Public Utilities. The division's witness today will be Mark Long.
Are there any other parties on the line that would like to enter an appearance? All right, then we'll turn to you, Ms. Smith. Would you like to call your first witness?
Yes, before we get going, I do just want to explain that with me today is Mr. Nicholas Highsmith. Our witness, Mr. Aaron Rose, is actually serving jury duty. So with your permission, we'd like Mr. Nicholas Highsmith to adopt Mr. Aaron Rose's testimony. And then with us is also witness Robert Meredith and Marcy Hundis, but Mr. Nicholas Highsmith will be our primary witness.
Any objection to that, Mr. Griecu?
No objection.
That's fine with me. You'd like to call Mr. Highsmith then?
Yes. We're here today requesting interim approval of the company's annual Schedule 98 balancing account adjustment. This year's adjustment results in a pass-through of an overall $3.3 million refund to Utah customers. I'd like to call witness Nicholas Highsmith today. Mr. Highsmith, can you please state and spell your name for the record?
Let me swear him in. Mr. Highsmith, do you swear to tell the truth?
Yes, I do.
Thank you.
Before we get started, just make sure everybody can hear me okay and video's working.
I hear you just fine.
Great. Thank you.
Okay. Go ahead, Ms. Smith.
Thank you. Mr. Highsmith, can you please state and spell your name for the record?
Yes, Nicholas Highsmith, Nicholas, Highsmith, Highsmith.
Thank you. And can you state for the record who you're employed by and what's your business address?
Yes, I am employed by Rocky Mountain Power as the Revenue Requirement Manager. My business address is 1407 West North Temple, Suite 330, Salt Lake City, Utah, 84116.
Thank you. And in your position, have you had the opportunity to review the company's application and relevant exhibits?
Yes, I have.
And have you prepared a statement regarding your review of those materials?
Yes, I have.
Can you please provide that for the commission?
Good morning. On March 15th, 2024, Rocky Mountain Power filed its annual Renewable Energy Credit Balancing Account, or RBA, seeking to refund a deferral balance to Utah customers through Schedule 98 of approximately $3.3 million over a one-year period beginning June 1st, 2024. My testimony describes the calculation of the deferral amounts and the amount of REC revenue allocated to Utah ratepayers. Specifically, the RBA deferral is calculated as the difference between actual REC revenue realized by the company and the amount in rates during the deferral period or calendar year 2023. The refund also includes a net carrying charge during this deferral period and the interim period of January 1st, 2024 through May 31st, 2024 of approximately $227,000. The deferral balance was calculated in a manner consistent with previous RBA filings. On April 29th, 2024, the Division of Public Utilities filed comments in support of the proposed rate change becoming effective on an interim basis on June 1st, 2024. No other party filed comments in this phase of the proceeding. The company respectfully requests the Commission approve the company's request to refund to customers $3.3 million associated with this RBA filing on an interim basis beginning June 1st, 2024, resulting in a $2.2 million rate decrease or approximately 0.1%. Thank you.
Your Honor, Rocky Mountain Power tenders this witness for cross-examination and questions from the hearing officer.
Mr. Grieco?
I have no questions.
And I have none. Thank you, Mr. Highsmith.
Thank you.
Anything else, Ms. Smith?
No.
All right, Mr. Grieco.
Thank you. The division would like to call Mr. Mark Long.
Mr. Long, are you with us? Good morning. Do you swear to tell the truth, sir? You're on mute. Do you swear to tell the truth?
Yes, I do.
Thank you. Please go ahead.
Mr. Long, could you please state and spell your name for the record?
Yes, my name is Mark Long, M-A-R-K-L-O-N-G.
And by whom are you employed and what is your position?
I'm a utility technical consultant. I'm employed by the Utah Division of Public Utilities.
And what is your business address?
160 East, 300 South in Salt Lake City.
Could you provide a brief overview of your educational background and relevant work experience?
Sure. Good morning. As Mr. Highsmith has stated, Tariff Schedule 98 tracks the difference between renewable energy credit or REC revenues included in rates and actual REC revenues collected from the sale of RECs by Rocky Mountain Power. The variances between REC revenues included in rates and the actual REC revenues collected are identified and deferred each month for one calendar year. Annually, on March 15th, Rocky Mountain Power files a Renewable Energy Credits Balancing Account, or RBA, application to present the REC revenues variances, including applicable carrying charges, with a 100% true-up for the difference between the amounts in rates and actual sales occurring through Tariff Schedule 98 if prudently managed. Tariff Schedule 98 rates are adjusted annually to implement the collection or credit of REC revenues to be effective on June 1st. The application under this docket is a 12th deferred RBA rate adjustment. This application requests refunding to Utah customers over 1 year from June 1st, 2024 through May 31st, 2025, the 2024 RBA deferral balance of approximately $3.3 million, which is a net decrease of 2 across customer classes based on the cost of service factor 10 allocation used in the 2020 general rate case docket number 20-035-04. This is the 5th year that the RBA includes the REC revenue from the company's sale of RECs to Kennecott Utah Copper for the non-generation and renewable energy credit supply agreement between the company and Kennecott, which the commission approved in docket number 19-035-20. The commission standard for evaluating whether to approve an interim rate request in an energy balancing account application is found in Utah Code Section 54-7-13.5, which states that the company must make an adequate prima facie showing that the proposed interim rate appears consistent with prior year's filings and the interim rate requested is more likely to reflect actual costs than the current rates. The division adopts this standard to evaluate Rocky Mountain Power's interim rate request in this docket. In summary, the division has performed a preliminary review of the filing and corresponding commission orders and found that in general, the company has complied with the commission's orders and meets statutory standards for such applications. The proposed interim rate is more likely to reflect actual costs than the current rates. The division recommends the commission approve on an interim basis the rate decrease in Tariff Schedule 98 as filed until the division can complete its final audit by July 22nd, 2024 of the rec revenues contained in this filing. That concludes my.
Thank you. Mr. Long, I have a couple of questions just to clarify for the record. Did you review the company's application, testimonies, exhibits, and work papers filed in this docket?
Yes, I did.
And did you prepare and cause to be filed the division's comments filed on April 29th, 2024?
Yes.
And did you have any changes or corrections to that filing?
No.
And do you adopt the contents of that filing as part of your testimony today?
Yes.
And based on your review, would approval of the company's application on an interim basis be just, reasonable, and in the public interest?
Yes, it would.
At this point, I'd like to move to admit the division's comments that were filed on April 29th, 2024.
They're admitted.
Thank you. This witness is now available for cross-examination and questions from the commission.
Ms. Smith?
No questions.
And I have none. Thank you, Mr. Long.
Yes.
Any other witnesses, Mr. Griecu?
No other witnesses.
All right. Is there anything from any other party before we adjourn?
Did the company move to admit its filings yet?
Ms. Smith did not move to admit the testimony of the witness who wasn't here to testify, but I think you did, Ms. Smith, refer to the possibility that you might ask your witness today to adopt those comments or testimony as his own. If you'd like, we can re-swear your witness and do that if you'd like it entered into the record as evidence.
Sure, we can do that.
Mr. Highsmith, are you still with us?
I am.
You're still under oath, sir. Please go ahead, Ms. Smith.
Mr. Highsmith, do you adopt the testimony within this application as your own?
Yes, I adopt Mr. Aaron Rose's testimony and exhibits as my own. Thank you.
Thank you. And then I'd like to move for admission of the other exhibits and testimonies as filed with our application.
Is someone going to adopt that testimony? That is, if we were to ask Mr. Highsmith the same questions asked in the written testimony of all the witnesses, would Mr. Highsmith adopt the answers given there as his own?
For the witness Robert Meredith and Miss Marcy Hundas, or his own? I'm sorry, I might be misunderstanding.
You asked to enter all of the testimony into evidence, and it wasn't clear to me whether Mr. Highsmith had reviewed and confirmed that he would give the same responses under oath that had been given by each of those witnesses in the written testimony. And I'm sorry if that was my confusion. Was that your testimony, Mr. Highsmith?
Yeah, thank you for the question. I am adopting Mr. Rose's testimony and, testifying on behalf of that. But I do believe we have the other witnesses here that could, present themselves, and they would maintain their own testimony and exhibits provided.
Well, I defer to the company whether the company wants everything entered into evidence here. This isn't a controversial matter, but if you'd like to go through that process, but I do think we would have to call the witnesses and have them adopt their testimony under oath in order to enter them into evidence.
I see. I do not think we need to resubmit their testimonies as well at this time.
All right. Well, thanks for the clarification. Is there anything else before we adjourn? No? All right. I hope all of you have a wonderful morning. We're adjourned.
Thank you.
Thank you.